guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Dynamite post-show review. Dynamite was a very good show tonight. Stories are moving forward for Dynasty pay-per-view, which is going to be a fantastic event. It's Wednesday night and you know what that means. The show opens with Adam Copeland making his entrance. He gets on the mic and says he came out here to talk to us, without his title, as Adam, to talk to all of us. He asks if we're having fun and says there's been a lot of negative this week and screw that. He wants to talk about the positive. He's a fan of pro wrestling, and when he grew up he watched WWF, he watched NWA, he watched Stampede when Owen Hart was starting, he watched BC All-Star Wrestling, International Wrestling out of Montreal, he devoured it all. So when he thought about the end of his career, and he's closer to the end than the beginning, he knew he wanted to end it in AEW because of the roster. He can fight with Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Hangman, Swerve, Joe, Claudio, Moxley, Darby, FTR, the Young Bucks, the House of Black, all of which would be first-time ever matches, all in AEW. He celebrates the men who started AEW, the Bucks, Kenny, Cody, and Tony Khan, and they should all be celebrated for being fans. That's not something to be made fun of, and AEW has pushed the industry into a better place. AEW makes wrestling better and more fun, and it's where the best wrestle. He introduces a man he calls the face of AEW going forward, Will Ospreay. First action of the night, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay with kicks, Hobbs clubs him down, 1-foot pin for one. Fighting to the floor, Powerhouse slams him into the steel steps hard. Repeated slams into the apron, then a fall-away slam over the announce table to send us to break. Back from commercial, big crossbody from Ospreay. Nope. Fighting in the turnbuckles, Hobbs pulls him down, big high-angle belly-to-belly suplex, sidestep a charge, tornado DDT block. Stunned dog millionaire reverses and the aerial assassin is rolling, but Powerhouse clobbers him with a northern lariat. Snap scoop POWERSLAM ... still nitrogen monoxide. Oscutter blocked, float over, springboard, Oscutter connects on the second try. So close, world's strongest slam countered into an inside cradle, only two. Trading shots, crescent kick, off the ropes, Hobbs blasts him with a lariat and both men are down and out. Out of the corner, avalanche POWERSLAM ... Ospreay finds the will to kick out, back on his feet. Will Ospreay wins by pinfall with hidden blade. Post-match, Don Callis has to talk down his to Wills from fighting because Powerhouse is mighty angry about losing. American Dragon Bryan Danielson interrupts Will as he goes to leave, and they have a moment on the stage before we go to break. Next up is American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Lance Archer. Archer in control early, big clubbing blows, Danielson sidesteps a charge, catches a boot, dragon screw, another dragon screw, chops and kicks, leg pick, legs clutched for the Romero special, but he just goes for the knee stomp, posting the knee into the mat. Repeated hamstring kicks, sending Lance sprawling into the corner. Archer counters a suicide dive with a chokeslam into the apron. He boots a crew member and body slams him into Danielson, and we go to break. Back from commercial, Archer blocks, chokeslam in the middle of the ring ... Nope. Up in the turnbuckles, Lance blasts him with a knee. He's got blackouts set up, but Bryan reverses to a sleeper hold, a little sidestep on the escape. Busaiku knee connects and Archer's looking glassy. Bryan Danielson wins by pinfall with the Busaiku knee. Back from commercial, Renee interviews Chris Jericho on the stage. He says last week he offered to be HOK's mentor, and even though he agreed, something's been sticking in his head all week that he wants to clarify. HOK comes down and Chris brings up how he said he knows who he is, and he admits that everyone he's ever aligned with he's ended up fighting, and there's a reason for that. When you play the game at a high enough level, the rules are different, and once you understand that, you'll understand what he's trying to teach you. He doesn't expect Hook to believe in him 100%, he just wants him to believe in him as much as he believes in him. Hook says he believes in him so much that he got them a match on Collision, and he'll be keeping an eye on him. Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty are chatting backstage, and it turns out they're the match Hook and Jericho have, and their hands can't hit what their eyes can't see, and on Collision, Lion Hook get beat by STP. Rumble, young man, Rumble. Next up is Billy Gunn versus Switchblade Jay White. Big right hand sends White sprawling back to the floor, brawling up into the crowd and back to ringside, and we go to break. Back from commercial, White clobbers Gunn with an elbow in the corner, shoulder thrusts, right hands, putting boots to him in the corner. Daddy goes to the timekeeper's area and grabs a steel chair. Back inside with it, but Billy's sons are in the ring to plead for mercy with their father. He shoves them out of the way. Jay hits him in the gentleman's area. Daddy Billy Gunn wins by disqualification. Post-match, Jay takes the chair. The boys grab Daddy, but the Acclaimed make the save. They clear the announce desk and drag Switchblade up, but the boys save their buddy just in the nick of time. We see footage of the Young Bucks arriving at the arena as well as best friends with Sue in tow. Willow is interviewed by Renee on the stage with Stokely Hathaway and Chris Stedlander in tow. Willow says she's feeling great. She talks about making towns and wrestling at the White Eagle for Beyond Wrestling. She is challenging Julia Hart at Dynasty for the TBS Championship. She's going to be the smiling face of TBS. Enter Mercedes Moan. She greets the crowd and says she can't wait to see Willow tear it up with Julia Hart at Dynasty, because whoever is TBS champion at Double or Nothing, she's got next, because in Vegas, money changes everything. And so we go to break. Next up is Best Friends vs. Young Bucks AEW World Tag Team Championship semifinals. Nicholas and Trent to start. Off the ropes, shoulder block, double whip, double shoulder block, elbow drop, only two. Cassidy legal, snap suplex, back to Beretta, tag to Matthew, mocking handshake but Trent counters. Back from commercial, the Bucks pull a turnbuckle pad out. Beretta on the wrong side of town, but he manages to suplex Matthew, back body drop to Nicholas. To the apron, kick to Trent. Cassidy stops short of the exposed turnbuckle, thrown into a kick and then a lariat. Big tornado DDT from Orange. Matthew tries to fist bump Sue, but she spits in his face. Trent fired up. His mom gives him a pep talk and he grabs Matthew but gets catapulted into the exposed turnbuckle. Young Bucks win by pinfall with a catapult from Matthew Jackson on Trent. Post-match, the Bucks mock Sue at ringside and make their way out. A furious Trent Beretta snaps and takes Orange Cassidy out and storms out past Chuck Taylor and past his mom, and we go to break. Mariah May vs. Thunder Rosa AEW Women's World Championship #1 contenders match. Toni Storm is on commentary for this one. May takes Rosa down, hip attack in the corner, off the ropes, basement dropkick connects, only two. Thunder running dropkick to the floor. Back from commercial, Rosa off the top, nobody home on the double stomp, running knee from May, only two. Fireman's carry, Thunder slips out, victory roll for two. Toni getting frustrated as Rosa hits the "Do you wanna bomb?" IT's over. Thunder Rosa wins by pinfall with the "Do you wanna bomb?", becoming #1 contender to the AEW Women's World Championship. Post-match, Rosa is fired up to fight her now, but a distraught Toni doesn't lift a finger about it. Toni is in the ring for the contract signing for the AEW World Championship match at Dynasty and introduces first Swerve Strickland and then Samoa Joe. Joe signs the contract without much fanfare and leans back in his chair, comfortable in his spot. But before Swerve can sign it, Joe tells Toni to shut up and has some advice for Swerve before he signs it, and talks about how he's observed Strickland's career and of course his fairy tale ends in a big victory and a new champion, right? That's the bad information he's been working on, because Samoa is about to tell him the truth. Signing the contract is a career-defining mistake. Putting it in terms a rapper can understand. He's gonna beat him down so hard he'll be mentally scarred like he left the party too late. Swerve says he knows the dangers of facing Joe, and Samoa is the definition of a killer, but so is he, and at Dynasty he'll show him he's every bit of that man. A brawl breaks out and Strickland chokes Joe with the chain briefly, but the champion knocks him out with a chain-loaded punch. Security gets Joe away from him and Shane recovers and gets on the mic, laughing and saying he loves this and if that's all he's got he's taking the title from him. Strickland swipes the pen across his bloody forehead and signs the contract. Joe rushes back into the ring and slams him through the table. Samoa plants a foot on his chest and raises the title high. That's the show, folks. Please guys like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.